Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hi. Time to get going. And I'd like to just introduce myself. My name is Rory McDermid, and it's my pleasure to talk to you tonight. And welcome to our Zoom. And I'd like to just tonight talk about a business concept that I stumbled over many, many years ago. And the concept actually changed me as a person, changed the way I thought. It changed me mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, in every way. But it has had such an impact on our family and so many families around the world. And so I'm excited to be able to share this with you. And I believe that this day and age, our business concept has stood the test of time. And I believe today it's more needed than ever before. And not only is it more needed than before, it's all more shareable than it's ever been before. So we really have a great concept. Now, the Neolife company that I'm going to be talking about this evening, the company mission statement is to make the world a healthier and happier place. Now, you would imagine that's a pretty audacious goal in anyone's language. So, to make this happen, to make the world a healthier and happier place, we're going to have to get many thousands of people who are caring and like-minded, who are wanting to bring about change, to improve their standard of living, their families' living, and to improve the future for generations. And by doing that, we're going to make the world a healthier and happier place. Now, the concept has been tested for over 65 years. So we know it's proven. It operates in over 50 countries around the world. So it allows you to look at a global business as opposed to just a localized business. And it has uplifted in its time many, many thousands of people and families all around the world. And, so that's what has happened in the past. Now, we're living today in some very uncertain times. And, there's a lot of global disruption going on. And, it's so important in this day and age that we stand guard at the door of our minds, because we can get so distracted by what's going on. And, success, 80 to 90% of your success actually is mindset, and 20% comes from skills. So we need to really stand guard at over our minds these days and make sure that we do not get distracted by what's going on. We can't take anything for granted in this day and age. There's so much changing. There's global unrest, and there's global economy depression, and spiraling inflation costs and things like that. So it does make a big difference to us all. Now, I'm going to ask a very simple question. What would happen if your source of income dried up tomorrow? Where would you be? How long could you survive at your current level of standard of living? Now, that's a question which you need to sort of think about, because there's so much change going on, because that is currently reality in the lives of so many thousands of families around the world today, where suddenly they had things which suddenly were taken away from them. So that question is important. How long could you survive in your current standard of living? In other words, what is your plan B? Have you got a plan B in place? And a plan B has to be in place before you actually need it. So it's a good idea. It's wise to get that plan B into place right now. And challenges are good for us, because they force us to change, and they force us to adapt and sort of open our minds and move forward. And moving forward in life, you need to embrace change, and you need to almost launch yourself into a new season of challenge and reinvent yourself, so to speak. So in evaluating any business, what are the 5 criteria I think people like to look at in making or in understanding and evaluating businesses? The first one is the product relevant? We'll answer that later. The second one, is the company long-term? Yes, the company's been around for 65, so indeed we are long-term. Will I make money at it? Yes, you can make money at it, and we'll show you how that's possible. And what risks are involved in the business? Are there any particular risks? Well, it is a risk-free business. And the big question is, what do I have to do to make it work? So in the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to just give you a brief overview on this and see how effective it could be for you. So let's keep it simple. And the starting point is this. Let's look at the globe. Every single household has an economy of some sort. Now, some economies are large economies, some economies are small, but every household needs and uses what I call consumable products, such as washing detergents, disinfectants, personal care products, skincare products, healthcare products. These are all necessary household products that are used throughout the world. Now, imagine if we could change buying habits of everyone. And that's what we're trying to do. The Neolife business system is exactly that. Neolife produces world-class consumable products and then goes about distributing them on a global basis and backing up with a very, very sophisticated management of your network system. Okay, so the Neolife products are based in nature and backed by science. They use the finest whole grain ingredients, whole food ingredients. They are guaranteed in terms of quality. They are guaranteed for purity, for potency, and we have proof of that. And in our range today, there's a catalog which you'll get in your kit. There are over 90 top quality consumable products available. So yes, we have some amazing products in the Neolife range. Now, what this allows is it allows people from all different backgrounds, all different age groups, all different levels of education to start building a home-based part-time business in 5 to 10 hours per week. And the beautiful thing is it is risk-free. And this little home-based business can double your income. And in fact, it can do a lot more for you in time if that's what you want. Now, stats show us, and I'm going to just go to our board here a moment because we'll illustrate that. Some stats that are shown just around the world today is that at the age of 65, people have divided themselves into two groups. 90% of people at 65 are either dead or dead broke or dependent on their family or dependent on an outdated pension. And to me, that's scary. So 90%, it's actually 90 to 95% of people actually fail financially in their life's work. So a small 5 to 10% of people actually succeed. Now, those are stats which are very, very important, and you need to know those, okay? So from here, I'm just going to give you a little bit more insight into what we actually do as a company and how we support the growth of your business. Neolife, the company, is a support-based company. You do not work for Neolife, you actually work for yourself. You become the managing director of your own company. And Neolife provides the business systems, it provides the administration, it provides the science and the manufacturing of the product on a worldwide basis, and it does the distribution for you on a worldwide basis. Now, that's a big undertaking because most businesses fail because they haven't got that infrastructure, and to build that sort of infrastructure shows or has a lot of risk attached to it. Now, the key to financial success is this, that time management is the best kept secret of the rich. The people who succeed find a way that they can duplicate time and effort through other people. And that's the key that we basically work on. Neolife has a formula to duplicate time through other people. So I'm just going to illustrate this. And I'm going to use tonight just one product called Tree&N. And you'll find out more about this as we go through. But Tree&N is made of essential oils, grain, rice, and soya oils. And why is Tree&N so necessary today? Tree&N is necessary because today we live in a time of food processing. There's chemical fertilization. In other words, we tamper with our food. We process it, we color it, we flavor it, we preserve it. So net result is this, people start developing what I call Western diseases. Western diseases are very, very prevalent. And it comes because we are all made of trillions of little cells. Now, if we eat correctly and have the right essential oils, these cells should be healthy. They're like little factories. Their job is to absorb nutrients, process into energy, and expel the waste. But what happens is this: because of food processing today, we don't have these cells, these essential oils in our diets, and our cell walls become impermeable. Now, remember, we're made of trillions and trillions and trillions of these little cells. Our organs are made of cells. Our hair, our eyes, everything are made of these cells. Now, if the cell wall is not permeable, the nutrition cannot get into the cell. And what's worse is the waste products cannot get out. And that leads to a tired cell, and then eventually leads to a sick cell. And so we can avoid that by using one simple little product called TreeNN. So TreeNN is an absolute essential for everyone. So it's a universal product that everyone should be taking in this day and age. So I'm going to give you a very simple little system here. There are a couple of things that you need to do, and I think it's illustrated here. The first thing we're going to ask you to do is, if you can see that nice and clearly, is you decide that you want to start your own business. Make up your mind that you are sick and tired of mediocrity and you want to prosper. So the starting key is to link to Neolife. And the way we do that is you invest in a Neolife kit. That kit, and I'm going to give you some figures here, retail cost of this is 1,880 Rand. So it is nothing. It's the price of a pair of shoes, but you'll get 6 bottles of TreeNN, and that's your stock. That's your working capital. That's the beginning of your business. But backing that up as well, you get a wonderful website, you get the literature, you get a buying number, and you get the huge support of this incredibly powerful global company, Neolife. Okay, so there you are. You would be sponsored. We'll talk about your sponsor. Now, how do you make this work? There's what we call a change of habits, buying habits. At this stage, every household has an economy, as I mentioned. Some are big, some are small, but you're spending that economy in retail stores. And what we're suggesting tonight is change your buying habits from retail to wholesale. Deal directly with the company Neolife, and you'll get a 25% discount on the business volume once you start. Now, what is your job? Your job is simply this: to use product yourself and to build yourself into a minimum of 100 points. Now, 100 points is about $1. So let's say $100 worth of business per month is what your task is. And to also, number one, use the product so that you get the belief of the product and you can speak with some authority. Number two, start to talk to people, and you'll start to develop a small customer base of $250. Now, this is about 5 to 10 hours worth of work per week. So that's your task or your job, to develop yourself into a 250 point unit, 100 in your own name minimum, but build it up to 250 points. Now, once you've done that, you talk to people, and along the way, you'll find customers, but you'll also find what I call like-minded people who say, I want to change my life. And the goal here is to go out and find 3 of these people. Now, ideally, find 3 in a month, but it might take you 6 months. That's entirely up to you. You are the managing director. So you go out and introduce 3 like-minded people who also link to Neolife, and they duplicate exactly what you've done. They put in their 10 hours per week, they use the products, and they build up a little customer base of 250 points each. Now, what happens is you now have a business doing 1,000 points. You've only done 250, but you've duplicated time and effort through those people. At the 1,000 point level, you start getting cash back at the end of each month. The money is EFT'd into your account, and you'd earn in the vicinity of about 1,500 Rand per month on that basis. So that's the start. Get to 1,000 points. Now, what happens is this: you keep on using the products. You keep on sharing the concept and talking to people. And what happens is you teach these 3 people to duplicate exactly what you've done and build themselves into a 1,000 point business with your assistance. Now, what happens is you carry on, get 3 more, obviously. So you've got your 1,000, and these 3 guys have got their 1,000. That gives you a 4,000 point business. Now, the interesting thing at this stage is your cash back at that stage would be in the vicinity of 10,000 Rand per month. Now, we're still talking part-time. So you continue doing what you're doing from a work point of view. You put in these couple of hours extra per week, and suddenly you're earning an extra 10,000 Rand per month. Now, if you do that task every single month, that's 120,000 Rand per annum coming into your business or coming into your livelihood. So that's encouraging. Now, keeping on doing the same thing, using the products, recommending the products. And I would just like to illustrate this for you because this gets exciting from here. What happens if over time you build your 4,000 points? It will go up to about 5,000 points. But what would happen if 3 of your people do exactly what you've done and build 5,000 point business as well? Now, that's giving you over 20,000. Your income there would be 40 to 50,000 Rand per month. Now we're talking some serious money, and things are getting exciting. And that's basically where we're going. And you know, the exciting thing about things today is there seems to be a trend developing in Africa where there are the youth are in universities and various other study places where they're studying for a degree or qualification. And the frightening part about it is at the end of their study, there's no work for them. There's no job opportunity. So the trend developing at this stage is young people are starting in these tertiary places, building up businesses. And in the last couple of months, we've developed 2 diamond directors. Now, diamond directors have done it so well that they've not got 3 people, but they've got 10 of these fully qualified people. A diamond director earns some serious money. I'm not going to discuss those numbers here, but some really serious money. But the exciting trend is this. The youngest one is only 23 years old. He left university and just worked his Neolife business. He's not looking for a job. He's earning more than most executives are earning. Okay. The second one was 30 years old. So there's a very exciting trend taking place. And this is what is taking place. People are changing lives of people and giving people hope for a better tomorrow and a better future. Now, we all know in life, nothing of value is easy. It doesn't have to be easy, but it can be simple and it can be risk-free going through the Neolife system. So the question tonight is, the business works. Can you do it? I don't know whether you want to or whether you can do it. And tonight we are specifically looking for people who are looking for opportunity. We're not trying to beg people to do something they don't want to do. We are looking for those open-minded people who are saying, I'm sick and tired of mediocrity. I want to have more out of life. So there are a couple of qualities you need to have. The first quality you need is this. You need to have a strong and burning desire to change your fortune. Okay, that's the starting point. And no one can give you that. That's something you either have or you don't have. Have you got the desire to change? Okay, it's a decision you need to take. The second thing is, if you want to change, how? How are you going to do it? You need to find a suitable vehicle or opportunity. You need to find a system that can take you from where you are today to where you want to go to in the future. And Neolife is as good as it gets. I don't know of any company that gives you the support, it has the stability, and it has a functional business base. Okay. The only thing in the equation is you are the only variable. Okay, so you have to become professional and committed to make it work. The third thing is, so you've got the desire to change. You've now been shown the way of change. The third thing is to take the action and to make a decision. And you know, this is where we have the parting of the 90% and the 10% of people, because successful people evaluate something and they have the courage to commit and do something about it. Whereas the failures in life, they think about things and they forget about things and they make excuses. So we know that you can either make money or you can make excuses, but you certainly can't do them both. Okay, so what I'm suggesting is this. You know, life is either a daring adventure or it's a long, long road of a gray road of mediocrity, and you don't want that. So Neolife is the key to your better financial future. Now, I've just given you a very brief overview tonight. There's so much more for you to get. But the person you're going to get it from is your sponsor, the person who thought about you enough about you tonight to ask you to get onto this call. I would like you to make contact with them right now. And they'll answer any questions you might have, and then make a decision to get yourself into business. Now, one of the reasons why people don't decide, and I just want to mention this, is they would like to do it, but they haven't got the funds. And that just tells me you already are not in a strong financial situation. So what I suggest is you find the income. When I started many years ago, I didn't have the capital investment as well. And we're talking about 1,880 Rand, which is the price of a pair of shoes. So it's no big deal. You can find that sort of money if you're serious. And so speak to your sponsor and they will help you to do that. And so I just hope that what I've given you tonight is of value to you. I hope you have the courage to step out of your comfort zone and try something new, reinvent your future. Put your plan B in place, get it in place, because today is the very first day of the rest of your life. And this is what you've got to grow and succeed in. So I want to thank you for your time. I hope it's been of value to you, and we wish you great success, and we look forward to seeing